This is Unit 2, Week 3, the amendments, 11th and 12th Amendment. These are the oops amendments, as I call them, as in the amendments that once the Constitution went into effect, they discovered there were a couple little glitches they didn't expect, so they changed it so the system would work better. So they both were passed within the first 10 to 15 years after the establishment of the Constitution. The 11th Amendment is essentially, if you're a citizen of a state, you cannot sue another state in federal court. Early on in the courts, all of it was clogging up with people from Virginia suing some issue in Maryland and suing Maryland in federal court. So they just said, boot. Basically, the federal government has no responsibility whatsoever in a matter of a citizen versus a state. If you do that, you have to sue in that state's court. Basically, to take all these things out of the federal courts and shove it to the states. And the 12th Amendment, here is the number 1 and 2. It's my little cute way to remember them. Is the vice president and president will be elected separately. Originally, the vice president was the person getting the second most electoral votes. But when these political parties emerged, it looked kind of bizarre to have people who were political opponents suddenly be in the cabinet administration together. So the 12th Amendment says that the vice president will be elected and balloted separately from the president. So that what that essentially means is whatever majority party wins the electoral vote for president, they'll also be able to muster their votes together to pick a vice president from the same party. And indeed today, candidates run together, as in when you vote for one, you're voting for both of us, because the electors are going to vote for both these guys together. Essentially, it meant that you wouldn't have a Federalist and a Democratic Republican president and vice president from opposite parties. And that's it from the Happy House of History.